Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. It's an Open the Box, and it's another in the Great Battles of History series. It is War Galley, Naval Warfare in the Ancient World, designed by Richard Berg and Mark Herman. Volume 7 in the Great Battles of History series, published by GMT Games in 2006. So, what's this all about? War Galley is the 7th volume in the multi-award winning Great Battles of History series, but the first to venture entirely into the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. It is also the first historical board game published in over 2 decades to address galley warfare. As such, War Galley is almost a complete history of this era of sea at war. So it's saying how easy it is to play. The rules are about half the length of usual Great Battles of History games, and all the wars and battles are covered here. Game features and contents. There are a load of counters in this game. 560 coloured 1-inch double-sided galley counters and 560 colour half-inch counters representing transport ships, leaders and information markers. 2 4-colour map sheets, one devoid of land, the other depicting land and sea. 14 different galley types, from biremes up to the giant decares, I hope that's pronounced right. 13 naval battles, virtually all the major naval engagements of the era. All the great admirals, from Demetrius and Ptolemy, Herman to Agrippa, even Hannibal and Cleopatra. Most scenarios playable in several hours. A manoeuvre-oriented play sequence with galleys rated for crew, manpower, speed and ram capabilities. Special rules for tactics such as Dike Plus and Anastroph. Crikey, I hope that's right. Plus weapons such as flame missiles, corvus and harpax. Timescale 5 to 10 minutes per turn. Unit scale 1 to 8 ships per counter, players 1 to 4. Here are some of the game counters, and this is a partially punched copy. Quite hard to get hold of, I understand. Here's some of the ship counters, and on the other side you can see it's causing a bit of a wake and waves because it's going faster. So it's the crew here. The manpower down here, cruise level, towers, ram attack defence, some of the leaders. And on the game meter, complexity is 5 out of 9 and solitaire suitability is 8 out of 9. Good. Game designers, as I said, Richard Berg and Mark Herman. Original system designer Mark Herman. Art director Roger McGowan, usual crew of producers, production coordinator Tony Curtis, counter art and design Roger McGowan and Mike Lemick, map art and design Mark Simonich, rulebook layout editor Mark Simonich, package art and design Roger B. McGowan. Right. Let's open the box. And as I said, it's partially punched. In fact, quite a lot of them are punched. So we'll get rid of those because we'll have a look at some that's still on the sprues. Couple of D6 dice. This runs on a D6 system. And let's have a look at the rules. Comes in at 20 pages and it's a black and white rule book. Introduction, components, going through all the maps and things, the sequence of play, galleys themselves facing the squadron system, movement, or driven or wind assisted. Cruise avoidance. Galley combat, ramming, raking oars. An astrophy. And there's an example of it, good. Manpower combat, grappling, boarding, disengaging, missile fire, flame, personnel losses, victory, loss of admiral, tournament rules. And there we are, with the credits again, and sources, index, and a sequence of play on the back. There we are, them's the rules. Here's the scenario book, 20 pages. And what is it they say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 battles. And here they are. Not much to see in this, it's black and white. So quite a few here. Ah, learning scenario. Good. So a load of scenarios or battles in here. There we are. And the thickest player aid I've ever seen. This is really thick. So we've got charts and tables, win tables, double activation table, orders, confusion, command transfer table, individual squadron table, run aground, firefight, sinking table, foul disengage table, admiral loss table. And on the back we've got movement, costs and speed effects summary chart, galley damage effect chart, and opens up. Boarding tables, grappling, grapple disengage table, fatigue table, ramming, avoidance, crikey, missile fire table, and a rake table. There we go, the thickest player aid I've ever seen. And then the counters. As I say, it's partially punched, so we'll just show you a few in the sprue. Here we go. So there's the info around the edges, or in the corners rather. And on the other side, which I think is quite fun, is all the waves and wake that this thing is causing because it's going faster. Here's some of the smaller counters. Rammed, individual squadron, on fire, some of the leaders, and some of the smaller ships here. Grappled, there's some more ships, different colour. Looks good. And just to finish off, here's some of the markers. Assume that might be damage. But they're quite smart marker counters. Jettison. Captured. Yeah. There we go. And then there's sort of record sheets, log sheets for each of the battles, and you've got those for each, won't show them all, for each battle. So there we go, keep a record. You can photocopy these, I presume. Just want to see what's on the other side of that one, if I can get hold of it. There we are. Ah, it's the same. There we go. Record sheets. And just to finish off, a couple of maps. So let's have a look at those. So here's the first map. As you can see, it's just the ocean, and it's on quite thick sort of paper stock, thicker than I think normal for these type of games. But what I don't like is it's folded with this split, so you've got to be a bit careful because of damage. But there we are, under a bit of plexi, that'll be fine, I suppose. So that's the first map. Here's the second map. This time a little bit of land, some islands here, and a bit more over, well, you can't see. There we are, a bit more land there. So plenty of space to manoeuvre your galleys. So this has been an open the box, an unboxing of a partially punched copy of War Galley, Naval War in the Ancient World, designed by Richard Berg and Mark Herman. Volume 7 of the Great Battles of History series, published by GMT in 2006. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, and you haven't done so already, it would be great if you would consider subscribing to the channel, pushing the like button of the video, the little thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. And one last thing, if you want to support the channel a little bit further, well, now you can. You can buy the channel a coffee. Doesn't cost much. And all those coffees help to keep the channel producing content. If that's of interest and you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. And thank you. So, until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.